I discovered special collections in one of the first classes I took with Searles, the introductory class, and I was able to take a tour of special collections at the U of A. It was really neat to see some of the things that the U of A has that I had no idea that was actually housed here. So we have some books that have annotations with Galileo's handwriting in them. We've actually finished processing the Jim Colby collection. Jim Colby was a congressman here in Arizona, and we just started processing the Gabrielle Giffords collection. So it looks like here we have cards that were sent to Gabrielle Giffords. A lot of this sort of constituent correspondence is pretty typical of congressional collections. The ability to take information, organize it, use it in particular ways, and the kind of thinking that goes along with that process will help you no matter what you end up doing with an information or library degree.
So this is the UA Congressional Archives Room. And my main project for this semester was to refresh the material in here. I had been here for a while. I was going to graduate last year, but I decided to get the archive certificate offered by Searles, which just means that you take extra classes in order to have that concentration in archives. And at Special Collections, I was funded by the Udall Foundation. Basically, the Udall Foundation allows me to work with congressional records at Special Collections. These collections presented a challenge because there wasn't much content in their collections other than documents that were really text heavy. And so I tried to find photographs, different memorabilia. So I feel like with my experience at the Center for Creative Photography and the art archives, and then having something totally different, like having experience with congressional records, it'll just diversify my resume and allow me to work at a lot of institutions that have a diverse collection.
They give us training, they give us advice, they show us, oh no, you can do this. And the nice thing with working with everybody here is that every person is a specialist. I had a scholarship or a summer internship interview, and everything that they asked me, every question that they asked me, I was able to pull an example from having worked here. This is a timeline of Raul Castro. He served as Arizona's only Latino governor, and he served in the 1970s. He was kind of one of those rags to riches kind of stories. I'm a member of the Tohono Nation, and so I've always wanted to work with my tribe, and I always try to make sure that whatever job I get, that it's I serve my tribe. I graduated with my undergrad in 2000. And it took me this long to get back to school. So even if it takes you that long, I mean, it's still worth it because you can bring other things to the table. Like I have life experience, I have another, profession, and I know that helps me when I go into my coursework. So it's never too late for people to, try to do something different if they want to do something different.
Libraries are morphing and changing. I'm excited about being able to take part in that. That's kind of my goal after I graduate, to work at an archive and be able to make sure the access gets to the people in the community, not just to the researchers. I think we just need to have more awareness, and that is the part that excites me, to show people that not only can you contribute to the voice of the community by having your story represented here or your work represented here, but you also can access it. These sketches were done by a professor in the School of Art. This is from the Operation Streamline. So he would sit there and just, no cameras allowed, sketch the proceedings. And these are also part of our digital archive, the documented border. Tucson is not just the old cowboys, or the native people. We have all these different groups, and there's also like refugees now, so we need some of those voices here too. Again, just to make it like a microcosm of who we are as a community. So that's what excites me about being an archivist, because I see it that way, as something that will be for the future and ongoing, not as something that necessarily only preserves the past. It's, everybody's great here. I don't know what else to tell you. I love coming to work here.